Every month something subtle happens. Early in the morning, your phone makes a sound, a notification. Short, familiar, salary credited. Nothing else changes, but for a moment, everything feels lighter. You open your banking app, then you open it again. The number looks healthier. The pressure feels quieter. And without realizing it, spending starts to feel easier. Not because you plan to. Not because you're careless, but because salary day quietly changes how your brain sees money. A few days pass. You buy things you weren't thinking about last week. A nicer meal. Something small that turns into something more. It doesn't feel reckless. It feels normal. Fast forward 2 weeks. The number has shrunk. The relief is gone. The stress is back. And once again, you ask yourself, how did this happen? This isn't about being bad with money. It's about psychology. Because salary day isn't processed as income. It's processed as a fresh start. Behavioral scientists call this the fresh start effect. It's the same reason people promise to change on Mondays, or believe January will somehow fix everything. When your salary arrives, your brain quietly draws a line. Everything before this moment feels like the past. Everything after it feels new. Last month's mistakes fade. Overspending feels forgiven. This month feels clean. So spending doesn't feel dangerous. It feels deserved. Your brain also doesn't track money the way banks do. It doesn't focus on totals. It reacts to change. A sudden jump in your balance triggers dopamine. The same chemical involved in gambling, scrolling, and impulse buying. You aren't suddenly rich. But compared to yesterday, you feel rich. Economists call this relative wealth perception. Studies consistently show that people are far more likely to buy non-essential items immediately after receiving income, even when their overall budget hasn't changed at all. The money isn't new to your life, but the feeling is. And your brain believes feelings faster than facts. There's another quiet trick happening. Psychologist Richard Thaler called it mental accounting. Instead of seeing all money as one pool, we label it salary money, bonus money, savings money. Salary money feels like it's meant to be used. Savings feel protected, untouchable. That's why people can drain an entire paycheck while refusing to touch savings, even when they're stressed. On salary day, your paycheck becomes permission. You don't ask, can I afford this long term? You ask, do I have money right now? And right now, the answer feels like yes. So why doesn't the stress of future bills stop you? Because your brain struggles with delayed pain. Neuroscience shows that immediate rewards activate emotional regions of the brain. Future consequences activate logical ones. And emotional regions speak louder. When you spend after salary day, the pleasure is immediate. The cost comes later. Rent isn't due yet, bills feel far away, future stress feels abstract. This is called temporal discounting. Your brain undervalues future pain and overvalues present reward. So it chooses now, again and again. There's also something social happening. Right after payday, plans appear. Someone suggests dinner, a weekend trip comes up. Group chats suddenly get active. This isn't coincidence. Paydays synchronize behavior. When everyone around you gets paid at the same time, saying yes feels normal. Saying no feels unnecessary. Spending stops feeling like a personal choice. It becomes a shared experience. And shared spending feels safer, even when it isn't. Overspending rarely feels irresponsible in the moment. It feels temporary. People don't think, I'm bad with money. They think, I'll fix it next month. I'll save more later. I'll be more careful. This is optimism bias. We trust a future version of ourselves that doesn't exist. Future, you has the same brain, the same impulses, the same salary cycle. So the pattern survives month after month. Breaking this cycle is hard because it isn't a willpower problem. It's a system built from brain chemistry, timing, social pressure, and emotional reward. That's why budgeting apps alone don't fix it, and motivation fades so quickly. You're not weak for falling into it. You're human. Understanding the system is the first step to changing it. So if you've ever felt rich for a few days, and broke for the rest of the month. Now you know why. Salary day doesn't just change your bank balance, it changes how your brain decides. And until you understand that shift, your money will keep disappearing on schedule. If you enjoy deep dives into human behavior, hidden psychology, and the quiet patterns that shape our lives, subscribe to the channel. New videos every week, no noise, no clichés, just insights backed by data. And next time your phone makes that familiar sound in the morning, you'll notice it differently.